So one of my fellow Facebook buddies, an individual called Elena Argyle-Rides, I'll go with that. I apologise for obviously getting that wrong, but it's a powerful picture. Prevents cancer. For example, dandelions, yeah? Causes cancer. The things that people spray on them to get rid of them, yeah. Honestly, when it comes to, I learned an awful lot about where the clued up occultists were going in on a regular basis. And for example, Edinburgh. And a name that kept coming up was a place called Real Foods. And from memory, well, I don't know, I reckon it's probably still got 2 branches, and some of its stuff is quite reasonably priced. I haven't been in there in years, to be honest. But others, well, not quite so keenly priced. But where I'm going with this is, you could get things like that. Dandelion tea. Or the dandelion roots, or, things along those lines. And I remember, and it would be many years ago now, for a wee while, when I was avoiding caffeine and, coffee, etc., and what would be, the late noughties. Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. And actually, when I'm thinking about it, I should actually revisit that. But yeah, another thing I liked about it was you didn't need any kind of sweetener, sugar, or, of course, when you wake up to that, you go to brown sugar, and is that much better, blah, blah, blah. Then I finally went to, what was it, coconut sugar, which was supposed to be, so much better for you, but I'll repeat, with things like dandelion tea, and, of course, mullein leaf, and a few others, probably plenty others, when you think about it, you didn't need any sweetener at all. It was absolutely fine, and the knowledge that it was actually benefiting you, it was, where it's cleansing various systems, or clearing out whatever, or helping with liver function, or kidneys, or so many other things. To me, it's a no-brainer. But it's a hard sell to everybody else, and I'll repeat, this is a powerful picture. For another reason is how many people I know who are keen gardeners, or who I've known over the years who are keen gardeners, because, it's good therapy for them, it takes their minds off, it's their way of dealing with a lot of stress, and see value in it. I get it, yeah, but many of them are spraying glyphosates, various weed killers, pesticides, you name it, and I'm thinking, none of them are that healthy, seriously. Many of them get cancers, but, well, that could be said about the public as well, but it's the way people spray these things with impunity, and just never realising its net effect on themselves. That was brought to me in the late 80s when I was at one stage between courses working on a fish farm in Mull. And there was this stuff called, I think from memory, Nuban. And quite literally, half a litre of this stuff, this chemical, would literally, apparently, delice something like 40 tonne of sap. It was something ridiculous anyway, metre nets, maybe 10 metres by 10 metres, blah, 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 whatever. And that half litre container, and apparently on the side of this thing it said, if inhaled, may need a tracheotomy. Yeah, seriously, this is pretty toxic stuff. But even then, it started making me think, because as a child, I certainly remember, we used to have your mother would go out and get fly spray, cans of fly spray, and you'd just be around it, and in between that, air fresheners, around the living room, etc. On reflection, if it can do X and Y to a fly within seconds, what the hell is it doing to you? We really have been groomed into a consenting poisoning of ourselves, while apparently value being added. Seriously. As always, I could do a better job, but hey, it's my thoughts on this. I'll speak to you soon.